The government of Zimbabwe is preparing for the possibility of a large-scale expulsion of its nationals from South Africa. Projections indicate that more than 1 million Zimbabweans may be compelled to return home. Please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell so as to get all our updates. Mercy Dinha, the Deputy Minister of Public Service for Zimbabwe, made the disclosure on Wednesday during a parliamentary session. In response to inquiries from lawmakers on the government's intentions to welcome back Zimbabweans who had traveled back to South Africa, Dinha spoke. In preparation of the repatriation of South Africans without Zimbabwe Exemption Permits, the Zimbabwean government, in collaboration with the International Organization for Migration, established the groundwork for the acceptance of migrants, Dinha said. Interministerial committees are established to handle any expected return of people in that respect, and they will be activated. The refurbishments of the Beitbridge and Plumtree welcome and support centers, where returnees will be accepted and subsequently reintegrated into their home communities, are being completed by my government. Hundreds of thousands of Zimbabweans were successfully reintegrated into society during the epidemic, as shown by Dinha's assurances to the public that Zimbabwe is prepared to absorb a significant inflow of returning residents. Hundreds of thousands of returning citizens were successfully received and reintegrated into the country during the pandemic, demonstrating beyond a shadow of a doubt our ability to handle any number of our returning citizens. Many Zimbabweans who have established lives and families in South Africa are concerned about the possible mass expulsion. In 2019, when 2 Zimbabweans were killed in xenophobic violence in South Africa, Zimbabwean authorities evacuated more than 200 of its citizens. Some opposition parties pledged to deport citizens of Zimbabwe and other African countries if they win this year's elections in South Africa. The complicated and often tense relationship between South Africa and Zimbabwe is highlighted by the Zimbabwean government's preparations for a possible mass deportation. Due to Zimbabwe's political unrest and economic difficulties, a recurring aspect of the two nations' relationship has been the influx of Zimbabweans looking for a better life in South Africa. Concerns over the well-being of Zimbabweans residing in South Africa and the possible impact on Zimbabwe's already fragile economy are raised by the prospect of mass deportations. It also emphasizes how important it is for the two nations to work together more closely in order to address the root causes of migration and avert future catastrophes. Once again, the Zimbabwean government has promised its nationals that they won't go hungry when their Zimbabwe Exemption Permits, ZEPs, in South Africa expire. The government said in a statement that it has taken all the required steps to assist any Zimbabweans who may be impacted by the ZEP's expiry. Giving out free grain is one of the most important steps in making sure that no returnee goes without meals. Concerns over the well-being of thousands of Zimbabweans who may be deported from South Africa have increased as a result. Many worry that, given the nation's persistent economic difficulties, they may find it difficult to reintegrate. To allay these worries, however, the Zimbabwean government has offered prompt assistance, especially in the form of food handouts. Officials claim that this is a component of a larger plan to assist reintegration of returnees into Zimbabwean society. An official spokeswoman said, "The government is committed to ensuring that all returnees are supported during this transitional period. We have made provisions for free grain distribution to assist those who may struggle to secure food upon their return." Zimbabweans living in South Africa, many of whom are worried that their permits may soon expire, have found some solace in the news. There are still difficulties, however, as many returnees will want more than food help in order to start again. For the time being, the government's guarantee of food security is an important first step toward meeting the urgent needs of those who may have to travel back home. The International Organization for Migration, IOM, and the government are working closely together to solve migration-related issues and support returnees' effective reintegration. On was brought to light on Friday in Harare during a courtesy visit by United Agency on Migration Chief of Mission, Ms. Diana Cartier, to Acting Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Trade, CDE Apa Muchingiri Kashiri. The country is facing a multitude of migration-related issues, such as brain drain, refugee inflow, irregular migration, and human trafficking. As a result, working together with other organizations to handle these complications has become